our topic right off the top is the new Supergirl trailer. Beans.
We get the story.
Save me. What did you think?
Lobo's great.
Isn't that fun?
Lobo's great. I'm excited. I kind of want a little bit more lines because I don't know if it just sounds weird in the trailer, and I just need the full like
whatever accent he's going for.
Yes, I just need to hear it in full.
Yep.
But the look is great.
Look is tremendous.
The bike is sick. And guess what? I thought they were going to portray him as the bad guy. He doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. It now seems like, he just is kind of there.
Yep. 100%.
So I'll be
good cop, bad cop situation, or Supergirl, bad cop, Lobo cop.
I'm not gonna say bad cop and bad cop.
Yeah, bad cop and bad cop, badder cop. Talk about the easiest costume execution ever. It's like you don't have to do anything to Jason Momoa other than paint him white and give him a couple, fake fangs. That's pretty sweet.
And he's gonna just nail it because he's been wanting this forever.
Yes,
he's gonna have so much fun in that role.
Incredible.
Good for him.
Yeah,
but I'm excited. That's what I wanted mainly from the trailer.
Truly.
Also, and we discussed this earlier, it's like they didn't learn from John Wick. Why do you mess with the dog? You never go after the dog.
Don't mess with the heroes. Dogs, offspring, spouses, significant others. It's actually relatively easy. Just don't poke the bear on purpose, and you'll be fine.
Especially Supergirl's dog.
Dude.
That's gnarly. That's crazy.
That's a bold choice, Cotton.
She already has anger issues. If it's Superman, maybe. I mean, he'll still, destroy you.
As it turns out.
But I feel like she's not going to hold back as much as he might still. So that's just
Right. Superman, you can safely assume, would wound rather than murder smash you. And Supergirl, it's like, that's probably the last thing you're ever doing. So, goodbye.
And I think it's interesting because, usually you associate Krypto with Superman.
Yeah.
They are nailing it home that Krypto is her dog in the DCU, which it's like, he's the only surviving thing from the planet that she has left. Yeah, you're an idiot, dude. What are you doing?
Dumb.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, you deserve to lose, which is, that'll happen.
Let's just hope they're not fighting on planets with red suns and we don't get to see,
So she's depowered the entire time?
Ugh. They won't. It doesn't look like they would.
Right.
But you know how lame that would have been, too?
I know what you mean.
Because they hinted at that at the end of Superman, where that's how she parties, as she goes to these red
planets with red suns so that she can actually get drunk.
So,
yeah.
I'll be curious, I guess.
I think the trailer showed us a little bit of a both and, right?
Yes.
Obviously, she's in a place where she can be inebriated. The thing is, do they really need to go to a place with a red sun? You're telling me there's not some kind of alien hooch out there that can just blast a Kryptonian brain to smithereens? There's got to be.
Her and Lobo are having shots.
There's got to be.
They're going back and forth.
Yeah. If Lobo can get sauced, Supergirl can get sauced. The trailer looks totally fun, right? Who knows what the overall substance will be? You never know when you're seeing a trailer anymore. Trailers are so dialed in. Even the movies, the one that lives rent-free in my mind that I remember watching, this is so long ago now, good decade probably, Suicide Squad trailer, okay? The trailer looked great. It made the movie look great. And that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's tough.
And as it turns out, that most people had ever seen that went to it. That is not I've never met, and I don't think I ever will meet anybody that goes, no, you see, I liked that one, right? I have a few of those on my list where a lot of people don't like it, and I'm going, no, I like it. Nobody was Suicide Squad, and that had some banger trailers. So we don't really know, of course. However, based on, I've mentioned this before, the source material that they're drawing from, I think that this story it's gonna cook. It's gonna be fun.
I agree.
Yeah, and inserting, for what it's worth, the source material has 0 Lobo in it, so that's a choice, but it's a good choice. So very, very much okay with that.
And the actual other villain, the main villain, seems like a dick. So guess what? This is gonna go well. So this is a villain I have no knowledge of whatsoever. So it'll be a new, fresh on experience for me.
Yeah, if I hadn't read anything with him, with him in it other than this particular Supergirl story, and so I think he's an original creation for the story.
Oh, fair enough.
by Tom King.
Well then.
So
oh, okay, I'm with you. I
Yeah.
thought you meant for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie. I'm like, oh, well then. I'm
for
an
the source
idiot.
material that the movie's based off of. So
No, that makes sense.
yeah, what'd you think of like the music choice with the trailer? I mean, it just reeked of we're just watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
A little bit.
right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I always notice. I'm like, this is definitely a James
Oh my
Gunn
gosh.
style trailer in the sense of letting the music kind of drive the trailer.
Yep.
Which, in James Gunn's way, sets the tone.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Mhm.
because if you think about Superman, when they bring in the electric guitar
Right.
playing it,
Right.
you're like, oh, this is epic.
Mm-hmm.
This seems more they're going for the heartfelt
Mm-hmm.
route and
Yep.
trying to relate Supergirl to the audience
Yep.
in a sense. So she has a lot more baggage than Clark, so
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see the differences between those two, especially when you
Right.
are having back-to-back years with similar characters. You have to definitely do your part to set her
Got to
apart
distinguish them between each other.
from Clark
Yeah.
and not make her female Superman. You
Yep.
need to make her
Yep.
Kara
Yes.
Supergirl.
Yes.
And I already am anticipating they're going to do that and they're going to do it well. So I'm looking forward to that very much.
Yeah. No, it's a great point. And they can't, and they haven't, at least in the trailer, right, tried to ignore the reality that Superman exists. And as a matter of fact, because of how they have, in the last several years in particular, really leaned into the reimagining of Kara's character as a just vastly different personality from Clark. Like this kind of went in phases. Like my recollection was Supergirl when she was first introduced was essentially just female doppelganger of Superman. And then it transitioned a little bit to, well, okay, we got to make her different. So it's essentially a PTSD thing where she's a little bit could snap at any time, but she's a really like sweet person on the inside, right? This more, I would say, fully formed and fleshed out version is no, she's seen some things. So it's not so much PTSD as it is her experiences have, just like Clark's experiences, where he fell into this uniquely warm and nurturing home. Her experiences weren't that, and they've shaped her. And she's chosen to respond, probably not in the most positive way, right? Objectively speaking, but in a understandable and relatable way. And that is what allows her character to be so accessible and I think worth this individual movie. So it's a lot of fun to see. Everything we've seen so far has been really encouraging, and this trailer did nothing to discourage any kind of optimism.
Yeah, it's cool that in the trailer too, like they bring in Corn Sweat, Superman.
Yep.
And he's kind of the grounding force for her.
Exactly.
On top
Yes.
of like wanting to help her get her life back on track, which that's Clark. So it's good to
helpful
see
to a fault
that they actually have a pretty decent relationship, it looks like.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how they flesh that relationship out more moving forward as well.
Totally.
So,
well, and I like that we didn't get any visual of Krypton in James Gunn's Superman movie. So all of what we will see and experience with Krypton's destruction will be simply captured by this movie. Like we don't have anything else to compare it or contrast it to in this version of the DCU. So I think that gives a really fresh avenue for this movie to have some fun there. I am curious, and this isn't like totally critical to that movie, but I'm really curious if there will be any tie-in with like a Brainiac to the destruction of Krypton, or if it'll just be fairly self-contained of, no, Krypton was just always on its way out. Because there's been different iterations of that story, one of which is, our boy Brainiac had a little hand at nudging Krypton along towards the boom, sorry, right? Or Kandor, right? There's some things.
In this version, Superman's parents kind of suck.
Also correct.
So
correct. Not the best.
They can really lean into the arrogance of Krypton in that sense, where it's just, and that's the difference for me is as having the evil, not great Superman parents instead of these beacons of hope for Clark. So
yeah, they're gonna have to do something with that, aren't they? Like James Gunn can't just drop that little grenade and say, and goodbye. That's going to have to continue to be unwrapped.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper showing up and just pushing things along harder than
reverting
they need
into
to be.
his Wedding Crashers character. It's like, come on, Bradley.
Throwback.
Yeah, I've been liking you. What's this?
Yeah.
Heel
So
turn.
it will be very curious how they set that up is on how this iteration of Krypton blew up.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, super cool. Well, June 26th of this summer is the release date for that movie. So we still got a good, essentially 3 months to go before we get to it. But as the marketing continues to ramp up, we'll see more and more. To this point, I think they've done a nice job, though, of good buildup without revealing too much. So I think that's really the next step is just don't give too much away here in the next 3 months.
Exactly.